Hi guys, welcome back today. Today we're going to be reviewing my lap from the SRO Esports. This lap is what qualified me as a 146.8. The air and track temp was 20 and 30. So air was 20, track was 30, and the Honda had 20 kilos of ballast. So 146.8 put me joint second. P1 had a 46.737. So yeah, very close times as we see in the race as well. It's very close. So I'm just going to give you what I was looking for, where I'm looking, where I'm braking, where I'm turning, and just where my vision was at certain points on the track. Just really trying to help you guys understand maybe where to find them extra tenths at Monza. So as you can see in the Honda, maximising all the gear shifts is very crucial. You know, want to get that VTEC power out. As you can see me here, maximising fifth gear as much as possible. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to slow it down as we get towards turn one. As you can see, I'm actually moving the brake bias rearward there. So moving the brake bias rearward, especially into a heavy braking zone, actually gives you more braking powers. It's using more of the rear brakes, helping the car slow down just that little bit more, and it allows me to trail brake a little bit more. So as you can see, I like the line where I'm a little bit more to the right. This really does help. I'm going to pause it here. This really does help with the BMW, like the bigger cars, because what we're looking to do, guys, can't exactly see it yet, but there's a little bit of opening, like where the white line goes, the grass ends, and the track opens up, and we're trying to get the car in there, because this helps me open up turn one and the exit of turn one chicane, and this will give me about 10th or 2, literally, if I nailed it perfect. As you can see though, I'm actually applying the brake just before the 150 here. Okay, literally full, we go full brake. Just, I would say literally, we're full brake just at the 150. Okay? A lot of people say you brake a lot later, but on stream, it looks a lot different. It really does. Maybe I could brake a little bit later, but I feel like this was the perfect braking point for me. Okay, guys? So, braking, full brake. We start to apply the brake just before, full brake at the 150. Okay? As you can see, braking now going diagonally across the track. Now keep your eye on my trail brake, guys. This is where I open up a little bit to the left here. You can see we're right on the green, and now I'm still full brake and I'm releasing the trail brake. I'm actually going to apply a little bit of throttle that helps balance the car so we don't overslow, helps the rotation as well. Now we're going to accelerate, and I'm going to lift a little double brake just to shift the weight back to the front of the car to help it rotate. And now I'm looking, my vision, I'm looking for the opening. I'm opening up the car as soon as possible. And now you can see the car is all the way to the edge on the green. That's what you want to be looking for, because that there is a 10th. Literally, because you're opening up the wheel, you don't get wheel spin, you're actually carrying more speed out of the corner where if I was hugging that tight line. Okay? And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip the brake bias backwards forward, as you can see me doing. Okay? You'll see the hand go down in a minute and start to open up. Start to move the brake bias forwards. So now, hugging the white line as we go around the corner here, and now back to the middle of the track. Now I prefer the line in the middle, and then what I do, I position the car to the right, braking in a straight line. I found if I was right to the right, it just didn't feel right to me. So I like this line. I'd come in a bit by that diagonal. Missed the braking point there just a little bit, but we're going to go back. So I start to apply the brake before the end of the barrier, and then I'm on full brake before the 100. Okay, we're on full brake here. That is my full brake. So before the orange, okay, you can clearly see right there. Before the orange, it's really weird because it feels like you're braking a lot later, you know, but it's clearly not. Okay. So, braking down in a straight line. I like to go down to first. So I'm looking now. My eyes are already looking to the apex. We're already looking at this part of the corner. Turning just before the curbing on the right. And now I'm going to short shift a second. Now my eyes are up again, looking for that second apex. Now, I like to go flat, but I do a little lift. You can see the tiny little lift. Try not to take no curb on the inside because it really unsettles the car. Make sure you use all the exit here. As you can see, I get a massive slap of oversteer, but I managed to keep it on the green, which is very on the curbing here, which is very crucial, guys. So my ideal line right now would be to run along this curbing and then come off right at the end. Because if you come off early, this here actually makes the car bounce and you actually lose a tenth. But as you can see, I got pretty lucky. We got a bit of oversteer and I have to come off the curb. But, so there's probably a little bit of time there. As well, as you can see here now, we're probably hitting the limiter because of that. But run along this green curb all the way on the outside and then come off really late. And it's nice and smooth there. You don't get any rev limiter bounce where the car's bottoming out. Okay? So again, now this is a very, very tricky problem. A lot of people, because there's not really no brake marker badges, boards. Where is the turning point? So what we're going to do, we're going to explain that right now. So going down, my brake point is here. I start to apply the brake. See, this is my brake. This is what I use as my brake point and my turning point. Okay, and as soon as I get just past the barrier, so my eyes now are looking to this part of the apex. It's at the apex is just a little bit round the corner. As you can see, we're fully brake. I'm on the full brake here. Just before we get in line with that, we're fully on the brake. And then we're going to be trail braking. We're going to be trail braking to the apex, okay, guys? As you can see, I've already started to turn in just before the barrier here. And we're going to go down to second. As you can see, I'm using the throttle and the brake to balance the car. Now back on full throttle. Starting to increase the throttle here as we exit past the second green barrier. And now my eyes are up and I'm looking for that exit curb over here. Using all the exit curb here is very crucial, guys. If you do, this is another 10 for 2 because you're just maintaining that extra 3-4 mile an hour by doing that, okay? Again, down to the second Lesmo. We're going to be braking just before the 50 and we're only going to go down one gear. Okay, as you can see, full brake just before the 50. Down into third. Now, attack the curve. Now, it's actually quicker to go slower into because you really want to focus on the exit. And it's really crucial. I'm going to show you in a minute, guys. The exit curve, how much you can actually use. So you can see here, let's go through that again. We're going to be braking, just full brake just before the 50, just as we go past. We're aiming for the orange man. You can see his little hat. But obviously our apex is right there. It's a nice early apex. We're going to use the curb. Okay, that's my turning point. And we're going to make sure we hit the curb. And just as we get towards the curb, I'm feathering the throttle on full throttle just as we hit the curb. Now, on the exit, it's actually, you can, this may have been a little bit too much, but you can use this grass. It allows you to carry that 1-2 mile an hour, 3 mile an hour more. Because if you don't, you say if you stay here on the car and use this run here, you're actually slow because you're not carrying enough momentum through the corner. So we've maximised everything through the second Lesmo. We're up on the grass. You can see the car bouncing, but we're still, it doesn't slow it down. It's not that bumpy. Okay, so I'm just going to rerun that for you in cockpit cam. So as we're turning in, guys. As soon as I get to the curb, here, well, look at the throttle, feathering full throttle just before the curb. Then my eyes are up and I'm opening up. Going to use all the runoff here, right up onto the grass on the limit of the car there, as you can see. Maybe that's a tiny bit, maybe a little bit too aggressive they're using it. But there, that gains us. That can gain, that run there can gain you 2 tenths. So maximising the entry. So you brake a little bit earlier. Only go down one gear, especially in quality trim. You only go down to third, I suspect, in most cars. And then feathering the throttle, and as soon as you hit the curb, sometimes you may not be able to take the curb. You may have to stay off that inside curb, but then accelerate and fully use all the exit. Like I say, guys, I really cannot say that enough. Make sure you use all the exit curb, and even on that little bit of grass, okay? So you can see there I'm moving the brake bias forward right now, just to try and keep the car a little bit more stable. Now we come up to a Scari. So for me, braking just before the 100, full brake, and then we're going to go into a trail brake. We're going to stay in third gear. Third gear keeps the car more stable, and you really want to attack the curb. They're braking, turning just after the 50, attacking the curb. But as you can see, it's very crucial. Did you see that? I leave quite a lot of throttle on. So I'm actually quite heavy on the brakes. We're trail braking in, but then I'm totally nearly off the brake. Okay, guys, before I hit the curb, I use the throttle to balance the car. As you can see, just a tiny bit of throttle. It balances the car over the curbs. Back on full throttle now. And then we're going to do a slight little lift here as we're attacking the second part of the Scari. Just because if you stay full throttle there, you just get understeer. And now this is very crucial. As you hit this curb, guys, just before upshift to fourth, if you stay in third there, it hits the rev limiter. and you slow down, you do not get a good run. So fourth gear allows that it doesn't, you won't hit the TC or the rev limiter of the car, and you gain another 10th or 2 just by that. Literally, as you can see, because if I was in third, it'd hit a little, it would be bouncing off the TC and the rev limiter, and the exit would be very bad. As you can see, I opened up the exit, we're focusing all the way out to nearly the gravel, and then we're down, up shifting, stand to the right hand side of the track, moving sort of to the middle, and then I'm putting the brake bias back forward again a little bit more now. Like I said, just to keep, because the Honda, to be fast, it's like a Ferrari, really on a knife edge, you know. So here we're going to be braking just as we go past the 100. Okay, full brake applying. No, it's about braking at about 80. Full brake going down the gearbox. Now your turning point is just after the 50, but you're aiming for this part of the corner here. Can you see this curving here? Very crucial to hook the car there. Okay, so you can see here, this is what I'm aiming for. The car's going to go up on the curb, just there. And this helps rotate the car, as you can see, down to second. And then there's a tiny bit of brake. You've got to wait until the car, you'll feel the front end come round, and then all of a sudden you're back on throttle, full throttle. And staying tight through here is quicker. You can gain half a 10th. Because obviously you're carrying the max amount of speed. If you run out wide, you're just using more track than what you need. So it's very crucial just to stay to the right hand side here. And as you can see, we're maximising the gear shifts. So we're going to the middle now. We're going moving over to the right hand side of the track, as you can see. Let's see if I can get it bang on just before. And as we come up to the line, this was the lap that qualified me. This is going to be the 46. Just as we cross the line. So there you have it, guys, the 46A. And I hope this track guide helps you understand Monza, what I was looking for, what we were doing throughout the lap. Like I said, comment down below. And also, guys, if you're looking for setup tutorials, dry and wet, they're also in the channel as well. Got their own section, so anything like that, make sure to check it out. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this track guide helped for Monza. Thank you so much. Bye bye.